Previously in my 3D Mario retrospective, I covered Super Mario 3D Land. While I enjoyed the game, it is by far my least favorite 3D Mario game. So when its successor Super Mario 3D World was announced, you could probably tell I wasn't the happiest camper. A lot of other people weren't either because they all expected something new or Super Mario Galaxy 3. Nothing compared to the Federation Force or Color Splash backlash though. But could it be possible that Nintendo fixed the mistakes from 3D Land? Time to head over to the Sprixie Kingdom and find out. Super Mario 3D World changed up quite a few things. You can now play as 4 different playable characters, each with their own abilities. Mario's average, Luigi can jump high but kinda skids when he runs, Toad can run fast but has a poor jump, and Peach can hover but she's slow. Wait, Peach? Turns out Bowser had other plans. Instead, he kidnaps these fairies known as the Sprixies, and it's up to Mario and friends to rescue them. These 4 characters are a great addition to have, and each have their own strengths and weaknesses, meaning none are overpowered, and they all control very well. However, my favorites were easily Toad and Luigi. However, there may or may not be a secret playable character. It's nice having multiple playable characters, but that wouldn't matter if the game just felt like an HD port of 3D Land. Well, I'm glad to say that these characters are a small part of what makes Super Mario 3D World have variety. While Super Mario 3D Land had basic levels like your standard grass level, desert level, beach level, 3D World has a Super Mario Kart inspired level, a Japanese temple, an African-like savannah, which by the way, we need an African inspired kingdom in Super Mario Odyssey, and circus theme levels. We need all of these in Odyssey. There is a lot of variety here, but I'll admit the game is still guilty of having some generic levels. It didn't bother me that much though because the game was willing to take some risks. The only levels I didn't really like were the ones that required the gamepad. Most of the game can be played using the Pro Controller, but a few levels require the gamepad. They're just not fun to play. However, I did love the Japanese temple where you'd use the gamepad, and the Captain Toad levels. These were diorama levels where you control Captain Toad. He can't jump, so it's more of a puzzle than a platformer. These levels were so good, they were made into an entire game called Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, an underrated gem that deserves a sequel on the Switch. Don't get me wrong, the levels in Super Mario 3D World are still very linear, but like I said before, linear isn't a bad thing. My favorite thing about Super Mario 3D World are the incredible power-ups. Almost all the power-ups from Super Mario 3D Land return with 2 brand new power-ups, the Double Cherry and the Catsuit. The Double Cherry can clone your character, I can't just say Mario now, and allows for some strategic planning while you're playing levels. It's pretty cool having up to 5 clones at your disposal. However, the power-up disintegrates once you beat the level. But the Catsuit is just amazing. It is so versatile. You can climb up walls, attack enemies by scratching them, and you can even perform a dive attack. And it is so cute. And this is why they chose a catsuit over a dog suit. Because cats are just better. The catsuit is my favorite Mario power-up, and I hope it returns in some way in the future. Doubt Odyssey will have it, unless you can capture a cat or something. So far the gameplay is excellent, but how is the presentation? The game looks good, but it does look kinda plasticky. The game only runs at 720p, which doesn't look the greatest. I'm not gonna give it points off for that, it's just I don't really like the plasticky art style that much. There are some good visual gimmicks here and there though, which I'll have to point out. There's some effects of rain on the screen, the nighttime effects look really good, but overall I just thought the presentation was good. It looks pretty good up front, but I just don't really like the plasticky art style of the characters that much. And the animations of the characters aren't that great either, and they look kinda stiff. One thing I really can't criticize is the music. The music in this game is incredible, and whether you like 3D World or not, you can probably agree that the soundtrack is spectacular. It's all orchestrated and sounds beautiful. My favorite tracks in the game are the Haunted theme, Double Cherry Pass, and Sprawling Savannah. The visual presentation may be a little weak, but the soundtrack is fantastic. So far we have great gameplay, a good visual presentation, a fantastic soundtrack, but how is the post-game? The game has some extra worlds you can visit, which consist of some original and remix levels from previous worlds. Once you get most of the post-game finished, there will be a brutal surprise for you at the end of the game. Good luck! In all seriousness though, the post-game is really good. It added just enough levels to make the game feel complete, and you'll be replaying them for quite a while. I personally love having a motive to replay levels, but if you don't like that, you're not going to want to 100% the game. There's also a fair amount of collectibles in the game, such as a green star, this game's star coins in most levels, and stamps. The stamps would let you post stuff to Miiverse, but often you'd see stuff like this. Rest in Paradise, Miiverse. So yeah, there's quite a post-game. Finally, I'm going to talk about something that hasn't really even been in a 3D Mario game in this fashion: co-op multiplayer. In my Galaxy reviews, I kind of ignore the co-star mode it had, but it's not that great. You tell me, would you rather control Mario or Luigi, or a Luma who helps you do the dirty work? 3D World has full-on co-op multiplayer, or competitive if you'd like. This was something that was fun in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but you were always running into players. 3D World had a lot more space, so it's less of an issue. And it's so much fun. It's not perfect, but you're either going to want to team up, or get competitive to get that prize crown. It would have been nice to have a battle mode of some sort too, but it's nice having great co-op in a 3D Mario game for once. It's a lot of fun, and it doesn't get too chaotic. Unless you want it to be that way. Before I give my final verdict, I'd like to address some things I didn't like about Super Mario 3D Land and see how they carried over in 3D World. I'm still not fond about how Mario and friends are stripped of moves, but because each character has their own ability and the cat suit is in the game, I'll give it a pass. The time limit I still hate nonetheless. But overall, Super Mario 3D World is a major improvement over Super Mario 3D Land, and for the 3D game that plays like a 2D game mechanic, it absolutely nails it. And thanks to the variety in level design and level themes, it makes the game feel fresh. Would I have liked to see a 64-esque open world 3D Mario game for the Wii U? Yeah, I would've. But you know what? I still love Super Mario 3D World. It has great level design, interesting level themes, a lot of awesome power-ups, and multiple playable characters, a great post-game, and a stellar soundtrack. The only things I'm not too fond of are the gamepad levels, the time limit, the occurrence of generic levels from time to time, and the somewhat weak visual presentation, but overall, I love the game. Super Mario 3D World gets a 9.2 out of 10. While I love Super Mario 3D World, some people just didn't, and in the second part of my 3D Mario retrospective of Super Mario 3D World, what a mouthful, I'll be having a debate with my good friend TyTheGuy2800 on Super Mario 3D World. Anyways, thanks for watching, and 1 week till Odyssey! Woo! Now it's time for some fun facts about Super Mario 3D World. Did you know that the Yellow Toad was originally going to be playable over Princess Peach? He would have had the same ability as her, but because of Koizumi, Peach became playable. Super Mario Odyssey having Peach playable? Did you also know that the Double Cherry was put in the game after a developer accidentally put in 2 playable Marios? They liked the idea, so it became a power-up. And did you know that Super Mario Odyssey will be released 3 years, 11 months, and 6 days after Super Mario 3D World? Cool, huh?